Welcome to Inner Purpose Therapy, your go-to destination for all things pertaining to mental health support. Today, we're embarking on a new journey, a series dedicated to unraveling the complex world of addiction. We'll be shedding light on the intricate dynamics that come into play when drugs or alcohol become a part of your daily routine. Our aim is to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of why individuals, including students, turn to these substances despite their known harmful effects. We'll delve deep into the reasons and realities, the impacts, and the safe choices one can make to reduce harm. We hope that through this series, you'll gain valuable insights and tools to support yourself or your loved ones in navigating addiction's challenging terrain. So let's take that first step together. And remember, we're here to support you every step of the way. Let's get started. Have you ever asked yourself why people, including students, use drugs and alcohol despite their well-known harmful effects? Drugs and alcohol, they're everywhere. In our films, our music, our social gatherings, even in the quiet corners of our educational institutions. It's a reality we can't deny. But why do people gravitate towards these substances despite knowing their potential harm? For some, it's a form of stress relief. The pressures of life, the rigors of academia, the weight of expectations, they can all become too much. Drugs and alcohol can offer a temporary escape, a moment of respite from the relentless tides of stress. But it's a dangerous solution. A moment's relief can quickly spiral into a lifetime of dependency. Then there's peer pressure, that insidious force that can nudge even the most resolute of us towards risky behaviors. It's not about being weak-willed. It's about wanting to fit in, to be part of the group. It's about navigating those complex social dynamics where a no can feel like self-imposed isolation. At times, it's curiosity that acts as the catalyst, the desire to venture into the unknown, to experience something new. But remember, not all experiences are beneficial, and the line between exploration and endangerment is often razor thin. And let's not forget the misconception that addiction is limited to specific individuals, that it's a problem restricted to a certain demographic or a particular socioeconomic class. This couldn't be further from the truth. Addiction doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care about your background, your achievements, or your future potential. It can ensnare anyone, turning a seemingly harmless experimentation into a devastating habit. So why do people, including students, use drugs and alcohol? It's a complex interplay of stress relief, peer pressure, curiosity, and a distorted perception of addiction. But it's important to remember that these reasons are not justifications. They're not excuses. They're simply the stark realities that we need to address in order to combat the pervasive issue of substance abuse. Remember, addiction does not discriminate. It can happen to anyone. Now consider the impact drugs and alcohol can have on a person's life, health, and relationships. In the short term, drugs and alcohol can lead to a range of effects, from the mild, like slurred speech, impaired judgment, and a reduction in motor skills, to the severe, such as violent behavior, unconsciousness, or even a life-threatening overdose. But let's not stop there. The real danger often lies in the long-term effects of these substances. Over time, repeated drug and alcohol use can lead to a host of physical health problems. We're talking liver disease, heart disease, respiratory distress, and even cancer. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The risk of overdose also increases as the body builds tolerance, requiring larger amounts to achieve the desired effect. But the impact of drugs and alcohol isn't limited to physical health. These substances can wreak havoc on a person's mental health as well. Anxiety, depression, aggression, paranoia, these are just a few of the potential psychological effects. And let's not forget about addiction, a chronic disease that can take hold before a person even realizes it, leading to a cycle of use and withdrawal that can be incredibly difficult to break. Now let's switch gears and talk about relationships. Drugs and alcohol can strain personal connections to the breaking point. Trust is eroded, communication breaks down, and the person using may start to isolate themselves. This can lead to a painful and profound sense of loneliness, further fueling the cycle of use. However, it's important to remember that no one is immune to these effects. Regardless of your background, your experiences, or your current circumstances, the risks associated with drug and alcohol use are real and significant. Drugs and alcohol may provide temporary relief or pleasure, but the long-term consequences can be severe and life-altering. Take a moment to let that sink in. As we continue this series, we'll explore ways to make safer choices and reduce harm. because understanding the impact of drugs and alcohol is the first step in making informed decisions about their use. So, what can you do to protect yourself and those around you from the dangers of drugs and alcohol? Let's dive into this important conversation. One of the first steps towards harm reduction is understanding the substances you're thinking about using. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it could be the difference between life and death. It's essential to know the effects, both short-term and long-term, of any substance you're considering. This includes how it interacts with other substances or medications you might be taking. Setting limits is another key strategy. It's easy to get caught up in the moment, but it's crucial to remember that more isn't always better. Sometimes less is more. Knowing your limits and sticking to them might not always be the easy choice, but it's the smart choice. Seeking help when needed is another crucial aspect of harm reduction. We all need a helping hand sometimes, and there's no shame in reaching out. If you're struggling with substance use, it's important to talk to someone you trust about it. This could be a friend, a family member, or a professional counselor. Remember, it's never too early or too late to ask for help. Prioritizing your safety and health is the cornerstone of harm reduction. This might mean saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It might mean leaving a party early or not going at all. It could mean making the tough decision to distance yourself from certain friends or situations. It's not always easy, but your health and safety are worth it. Finally, remember that informed decision-making is key. It's not just about knowing the facts, but also about understanding your own values and priorities. Are the potential risks worth the potential rewards? Only you can answer that question, but it's important to make sure it's an informed answer. Your safety and well-being should always be the priority. Make informed decisions and seek help when necessary. We hope that these strategies will empower you to make safer choices when it comes to drugs and alcohol. To summarize, drugs and alcohol are prevalent in society, and their effects can be devastating. We've spoken about how these substances can provide a temporary escape, enhance experiences, and boost performance, but also how they carry a dangerous potential for addiction and harm. We've explored the harsh realities of substance abuse, including the physical, emotional, and social consequences that can affect individuals and those around them. We've also discussed that addiction isn't selective. It can impact anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances. In this conversation, we've also highlighted the importance of harm reduction and making safe choices. We've emphasized the significance of being informed and understanding the implications of substance use in order to make better decisions for your own health and well-being. Stay informed, make wise decisions, and remember, your health and safety are paramount. Thank you for watching and stay safe. As we wrap up the first episode, Drugs and Alcohol, of our brand new addiction series, The Sober Truth, we want to thank you for taking the time to educate yourself about the reality of drugs and alcohol. We hope this episode has provided you with valuable insights and has empowered you to make informed decisions. This journey is just beginning, and we're excited to continue this exploration with you. If you found this video helpful, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Remember, knowledge is power, and your involvement helps spread this crucial message. And if any part of this episode resonated with you or someone you know, please remember, there are multiple helplines available to assist with addiction. You are not alone, and help is just a call away. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.